Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be reviewing the Tailfin Speedpack rear bike bag. Tailfin's new Speedpack rear pack combines Tailfin's innovative rear rack design with a lighter and leaner bag design optimized for speed. As the product name implies, the Speedpack was developed for riders who prioritize speed over capacity, which is why the bag is one of the smallest ones Tailfin currently offers for their rear rack. As far as packaging, you can see it just comes with a nice Tailfin bag, with the bag itself on the inside and all the hardware. I'll go ahead and take it out of the bag and we'll go over the specs. Retail price on the bag is $250 if you get the bag by itself. If you purchase it with the rack system, then it's a $410 one for the alloy version, all the way up to $520 if you choose the carbon fiber variation. The bag itself, you can see, is a 10-liter inner pocket, and then additional 3 liters with the mesh outer pocket. It's fully waterproof, just like a lot of Tailfin products, and it has really premium, high-quality construction that's designed to last rather than be disposable. This one has a rear entry design, which gives it a much sleeker profile, more like a saddlebag, but it integrates directly with a rack system with multiple mounting brackets and a new adjustable seat post connector that's actually hinged. So unlike the other bags, this is the first use of their hinged one that can actually rotate and accommodate different bike geometries. As far as what comes with it, you can see, obviously you get the bag, and it really depends on how you configure it. You can see here with the bag only, we have the different connector pieces. So you can see everything's nice and metal. So really high quality components. We have the bracket for the arch attachment, the 2 posts that attach to that quick release, and then different lengths for the seat post connector. So before they just had short and long. Now they have short, medium, and long, and you can swap out that little elbow piece depending on your geometry. Now let's take a look at the weight of the bag. So I already have the front hardware attached, and you can see we have the medium length extender here. We put that on the scale, it comes out to about 502 grams. So it has a fair amount of weight, and that's because there actually is internal structure and additional hardware, which is all metal rather than being plastic. For riders that want speed and pack light, the new Tailfin Speedpack offers a stable and flexible rear bag option. Because it mounts directly onto their rack system, the weight is nice and low and very stable, so unlike a big saddlebag of an equivalent design, which would hang there and sway side to side, this is really going to be locked in and has higher weight capacities. With this bag, you can do up to 5 kilograms off-road or 9 kilograms on-road, which is pretty impressive given the size of the bag, and you have 13 liters combined capacity. You get 10 inside the main compartment, and then you get an additional 3 on the outer mesh pocket. So it's a really nice evolution of Tailfin's bag designs, but you can see very iconic with the same Haplon and nylon durable exterior. So you can see if I expand this out, you have a nice fabric finish to it. All black, only one color option, and basic Tailfin branding that's actually reflective. The front of the bag has this almost tapered design that's supposed to butt up against your seat post or seat and give you a little bit more clearance. And they've really redesigned the mounting and the shape of this to really optimize different bike geometries. So it should work just about on anything. You can see it looks like a traditional saddlebag, but because it's bottom mounted rather than being a saddlebag, you have all the mounting hardware on the bottom and a full internal carbon fiber construction. So there's a frame on the inside that gives you stability and makes this become a single structural piece to the rear rack. This is designed to be a rear entry, so you can see you have a roll top bag on the rear. So simple roll design, and you can see again the nice diamond texture to it that's fully waterproof. You also have the air valve on the front, so when you're packing this, it's a one-way valve. You can open this up and it'll let air out but not in, and then you can completely lock it to make it 100% waterproof. So you can see with the main compartment, you just roll it a few times to become waterproof, and then there's a buckle strap off the side that you just position and then lock into place. There's one on each side, so you can really get the load down correctly. And then on the back, on the top of this, you also have this mesh area. And it's a big improvement over the CargoPack because I've actually incorporated a cinch here. So now you have adjustable elastic. So if you want to pack this with just something really small, you can see you can open this up, access it, and then with this elastic here, you can see it has a drawstring, and it'll pull it nice and tight to prevent anything from falling out. So definitely a nice improvement over the previous one. If we look on the inside, it's just a big black area. So I'll turn on a light. So here you can see the only colorful thing is that air valve, which looks kind of purple on the camera and in person. There are no compartments or separate dividers in here, so it's just one big 10-liter compartment. Obviously, it would have been nice if there was some color or some white inner liner, because you can see without the light, it really is just a black hole. And unlike the CargoPack, which has a big opening, with this one, you're definitely going to have to be careful how you pack it, because you're going to have to really shove something down there. It's not going to be accessible because it's a rear open. As far as mounting this onto your rack, super simple. So it's fully compatible with all of the Tailfin products, so they really maintain backward compatibility. And with this one, you have two positions for the rear arch. So the arch would either go here or here, depending on geometry. So if you have a smaller bike, you can push that forward and adjust the angle and get more clearance. You can see we placed it on the back one, and it's actually a really nice design. So this is actually fully metal. So that's really what you're paying a premium for. It feels really robust. Even the straps are high quality. And you can see full metal here for the quick release attachment. So you just attach this to your existing arch. And then on the front, you can see you have this mounting bracket and then the seat post connector. You use their same design, so it's a wraparound with this locking buckle. So it's pretty cool. You push down and you can see how that buckle releases. And then you pull up and it lets go. So when you want to put it on, all you do is position the top strap, and you can see really robust, not your cheap plastic, so very thick. Put it through the groove, pull back, and then you can see how this will lock into place. So it's a very simple design, very effective. Within a couple seconds, you can install and remove it. And the big difference now is this whole attachment is now angle adjustable. So if you have a suspension bike, this whole thing can move up and down, or you can tighten this up to the angle you prefer. But now you have a lot more flexibility, so you can actually do this up and low, or even the other way, so to accommodate different geometry. Here you can see the bag installed on a specialized Tarmac. It's really high quality with the more streamlined design. You have the two pockets. You have that nice big mesh outer pocket, and it extends all the way to the front, so tons of space. We found it really convenient for snacks, so they're really quick and easy to access. And then we have the adjustable strap here, which makes it easier to secure everything down, so you can cinch it down or open it up if you want to put bigger items. But again, really convenient, especially for smaller items you need quick access to. All the materials and all the construction here really feels high quality, just like all the other Tailfin products. So they definitely haven't skimped on quality. You just get that smaller form factor. It's really more convenient, especially for weekend rides or rides where you pack a little bit lighter. On the inside, you have that big 10-liter inner pocket. You can see it's all black on the inside. It would have been really nice if you had more color. And because you have the single opening, you do have to be a lot more careful how you pack this. So you end up just shoving things in there. You want to make sure you put it in the right order. So if you want something easier to access, put it in the front, and then less frequent items in the rear. As with the other Tailfin products, the bag has a nice arch system, so it's nice and low. It doesn't feel like a big chunky saddlebag that'll sway side to side, so very secure. High weight tolerances, especially with the axle mounting option. So you can really put a lot of things in here and it doesn't sacrifice your ride. We also like the sleeker shape of this bag, so it's less bulky and more convenient, especially if you're just doing a long weekend ride or multi-day ride where you don't need to pack as much. This looks sleeker and looks like a saddlebag, but just mounted on arches rather than your saddle. We also use some of the other accessories like the tail light accessory, which lets you mount the tail light on the bottom of the rear of the bag, which is really convenient, and they have tons of other options with additional straps, so very versatile, and you can really pack this however you want. But overall, a really nice bag. It's really the bag we prefer, especially for our shorter rides. We're not doing multi-day rides, mostly long weekend rides. There's a really great option. You get all the additional storage so your rear pockets are empty, but it has the sleeker form factor and the integrated design that goes directly on the arches and very easy to install. So we've actually already reviewed the We've actually also reviewed the CargoPack And it's a pretty similar design. They've actually renamed it. Before it used to be the AeroPack Cargo, but now they've actually simplified it with this new simple CargoPack naming. And you can see really the big difference here is capacity. So this one's significantly larger. You have more capacity with the top opening on the CargoPack. And then with the Speedpack, you can see it has this more saddlebag style shape. So it looks more like trapezoid. It's narrow in the middle and then narrow in the front and then goes wider in the back. This one you have the top opener. You have the same air valves and the same underneath setup with the internal frame. With the Speedpack, it's actually lighter and it has a carbon fiber frame versus aluminum. But you can see same mounting design. They made it more flexible with the Speedpack. So you have dual spots for the attachments for the arches, and then you can also install accessories with those additional mount locations like you can see here. This is the fixed rear taillight mount, so you can put a taillight on here. And you can see the difference between the front seat post attachment. With the original one, they had two links here and the same seat post wrapping rubber piece. So it's non-adjustable. You could just adjust the length by swapping the piece out. And now they've just made it more flexible. So the whole thing pivots at multiple locations, so you can adjust it to be lower or higher. It gives you a lot more flexibility. The other thing I really like about the Speedpack though is if you're packing lighter, you don't need all this capacity. And they've improved the quick access mesh pocket. So with this one, you get that mesh pocket on the outside that actually extends all the way here. So it goes all the way to the front. While the CargoPack had two side mesh pockets, but you can see very flimsy. So other people have complained as well. Parts can, little small pieces can fall out if this is not fully packed up. So you can see really loose. So if you have a small item, it can just kind of fall out. They've solved that with the little elastic cinch, which is a nice improvement. But you really have to choose what you want. This is a lot more flexible, more space and capacity. So you can really pack it up a lot easier because they have a bigger opening. While the Speedpack is more like a large saddlebag. So you have the downsides of a smaller entry point, and you have to be more careful how you pack it, but you get the sleeker design and the lighter weight. Now let's go over the pros and cons for the Tailfin Speedpack. What we like about it is you have a full waterproof construction, so you can use this in any weather. It also has a sleeker design with a lower capacity and a very secure outer mesh pocket that's very convenient for storing smaller items or quick access items like food. You also have very premium quality and the full internal structure that's compatible with all of other Tailfin products. So it's a really nice versatile design. As far as negatives, you do have a black interior. It would have been nice if it had a brighter color to make it easier to find things. And then the 10-liter inner pocket also has a small rear opening, which means you have to be more careful how you pack it. You don't want to put something you want to access quickly all the way in the back. And it's also a little bit harder to fully pack because the front is tapered. So if you put a smaller item, it can sort of rattle around in the front. So you want to make sure you put smaller items there or jackets to really stuff the area to ensure everything's nice and secure. Taking everything into account, we give the bag a 9.5 out of 10. It's a sleeker, yet still very versatile rear storage system. Thanks for watching this review. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can see more content from us on our website at thesweetcyclist.com, as well as follow us on Instagram at thesweetcyclist. This is The Sweet Cyclist reminding you to enjoy the ride.